My name is Jeremy Hughes and I work as product manager here at Horsch, and today we're showing off the new Maestro SXL planter. The new Maestro SXL is a new style of high-speed planter that's very different than some of the other high-speed style planters that we see today in the North American market. To give you a quick overview of the Maestro SXL, we've started with a 24-row 30 that we'll be offering here, and then also a 16-row 30. Here we're showing the 2430 SXL. And just to give you a quick overview, we've got 140 bushels of seed carrying capacity on the main chassis. We've also got 1,000 gallons of liquid that we have up front for in-furrow starter fertilizer. With this particular chassis, we do have the option for duals, and we also have an option for an additional 500 gallons of liquid capacity that we can put in the form of saddle tanks on the side of the chassis. One of the big differentiating features of the Maestro SXL in the high-speed planter world is that we've taken a very simplified approach to the high-speed planting technique. So what we're doing with this toolbar is we're using one single fan, not only for carrying the seed to the row unit to the seed row hopper, but we're also using that airflow to accomplish the singulation inside the metering system that we'll explain here in a moment. One of the unique features about the new Maestro 2430 SXL is the airspeed metering system. And with this metering system, we're taking a very simplified approach to high-speed seed placement when we're doing crops in the field. If you notice here the hosing systems that are on the meter, we are using the big fan that I mentioned earlier to pressurize the toolbar. And you can see this hose coming around where it Y's off here. We're using one section of the airflow to pressurize behind the metering disc. So rather than using a vacuum, we're pulling air through, pushing air through to pull the seed onto the disc or push the seed onto the disc. And by doing that, we've got a good accurate singulation as we're going through the field using a non-adjust singulator. The other secret to the airspeed metering system is the other Y that comes around back here to the back. And with this, we're actually pressurizing the seed tube. So as the seed comes around on the disc, it's being pulled off and then shoots right down to the furrow where it's caught with a catch wheel, embedded in the bottom of the furrow in good moist soil for good rapid germination and good seed placement. This system is super simple to set. Using the fan system that we have on the back, we use a differential pressure between the seed delivery and also the singulation, making it very simple, very fast to set up, and also super accurate in the field when it comes to seed spacing and seed placement. Some of the unique features about the Maestro SXL are also shared with all of the Maestros that we market here in North America. The Maestro back in 2011 was the first planter to introduce electric motor drives on the metering systems, to introduce hydraulic downforce on the row units, and then also to feature a full chassis weight transfer system for stabilizing that toolbar and being able to hold those row units steady at high speeds. When you take a look at the overall design of the Maestro, it's very different than what you would normally see in traditional planters. And the reason why we've done that is we've combined a lot of technology and a lot of technique to be able to provide precise seed placement at those higher speeds in today's high-speed planting environments. For more information on this Maestro 2430 SXL and then also our other Maestro lines, please visit us at www.horsch.com. Hello, my name is Jeremy Hughes and I work as product manager here at Horsch. And today we're going to give just kind of a brief overview of some of the technology that we utilize in the Maestro row units for our planters here in North America. Some of the unique key features include the direct mounting of the row unit to the toolbar. We don't utilize any bolt or U-bolts or anything like that for mounting the row unit to the toolbar because we want to create a very robust environment, especially if we're needing to have extra downforce and getting into tougher soil conditions and also for high-speed applications. As we move back, our parallelogram system is very unique in the industry today, as we use a through shaft design back here in the back and then using a hardened bushing that's encased inside the arm and then a softer bushing for the actual pivots up front. So instead of having 8 pivot points with bushings, we only have 4, and then the through shafts back here in the back, which help keep this row unit perpendicular over a number of acres and a very long service life in this without having to replace parts. We've moved back into the row unit. Some of the other features include the electric drive metering system, and we were the first in the industry in the world to have electric drive meters on our planters, along with the hydraulic downforce. We were the first to have both of those as we introduced the Maestro technology back in 2011. The electric motor drive that we use is a direct centered drive. We're not driving from the outside of the disc or through any type of a gearbox or chain case. We're doing that right directly in the center of the meter. That gives us a lot more steady control when it comes to rate application and also seed spacing quality at the end of the day. Several options that we offer on the Maestro row unit include a couple of options for fertilizer placement, both below the seed and then also behind the seed lock wheel, as you see here. We also offer a variety of different closing systems for the rear, as also different gauge wheel systems. Another option from the factory would also include the Yetta row cleaners that can also be equipped with different attachments when it comes to automatic adjustment in the cab. For more information on the Maestro row unit itself and also the full Maestro line, please visit us at www.horsch.com. Hello, my name is Jeremy Hughes and I work as product manager here at Horsch. Beside me here is the RX25 Joker that we'll be featuring here. The RX25 is our 4th generation of high-speed discs, which we were one of the first to introduce this technology into North America back in 2007. Some of the unique features on the Joker RX that differentiate it from some of the other units out there in the market, number one is our blade angles. One of the main topics that we want to discuss whenever we're going to the field is the quality of tillage work that we're doing. We want to be able to size residue, get material mixed in, and create a very nice even working horizon, achieving that thorough horizontal fracture to make sure that we've got a nice and uniform seed bed. We accomplish that by, number one, using a 17-degree angle blade up front and a 17-degree angle blade in the back, allowing for excellent tracking in the machine and then allowing us to achieve those optimum results when it comes to preparing soils. The other feature that we use is what we call a symmetrical torsion clamp system. If you can notice here, we've got a unique style system as we clamp down our torsion bars. For tripping over stones, and then also for keeping that blade angle engagement in the soil very, very steady. As you look through the machine, we've got a nice throughput here from the front gang to the back gang when it comes to flowing material through, and then also featuring our ring flex finishing system back here in the back to provide that consolidation, helping secure residue, helping secure soil, and then also providing a very excellent surface there for planter and seeder performance. Adjustments on the Joker are very, very simple. We have just behind me here 2 adjustment areas that we have that are in one spot, one for the front hitch and then one also for the depth. And then we also utilize an electronic depth control system that can be controlled by a tablet in the cab. So combining all these features together provide a very, very nice seedbed preparation. We also have customers using Jokers in the fall for doing shallow fall primary tillage just to get that cycle started for decomposition of crop residues. For more information on the Joker RX series, please visit us at www.horsch.com. Hello, my name is Jeremy Hughes and I work as product manager here at Horsch, and behind me is the Avatar SD40. The Avatar SD40 is an integral fill single disc air seeding system where we're utilizing single disc openers, pneumatic airflow, and then also a dual tank system for accomplishing seeding operations. With being an integral fill tank, we don't utilize a tow between or a tow behind cart. Everything is on a common chassis, and there's a lot of advantages to using this system with that common chassis. We have 2 tanks that we utilize on the machine that allows customers to do 2 different products as they're going in the field. For example, wheat with fertilizer, maybe even dual variety soybeans, and also some advantages when it comes to splitting up cover crop varieties. We take a look at the overall chassis that we have behind me. We also utilize the isobus implement control and also electric metering for meter rate accuracies. Some of the unique features of the Avatar SD include the weight transfer system, where we use the chassis itself to have a chassis weight transfer system for stabilizing the toolbar, and then the opener system that we use that has up to 550 pounds of penetrating pressure when it comes to some of those harder no-till conditions. One of the biggest unique features about the Avatar in general is the overall ease of operation and maintenance. With the machine here behind me, the Avatar SD40, we only have 10 grease zerks on the whole machine, which makes it very easy to maintain whenever we're in the field. The 10-inch toolbar design with the 10-inch row spacing allows us to lift this up and work on all the openers from the rear at waist height rather than having to crawl through machines and have a lot of discomfort when it comes to making adjustments. I want to go into a little bit of detail here on the unique characteristics of the Avatar SD single disc opener. One of the differentiating factors of this opener versus other single disc openers is its overall ease of maintenance and usability. If we take a look up here up front, one of the things that you'll notice is we don't use any pins or bushings or pivot points for mounting the opener. We use a rock shaft along with a rubber torsion bar that's hydraulically actuated. This allows us to give 550 pounds of downforce when it comes to penetrating into some of those harder no-till conditions. Another feature is a very easy way to adjust the seed depth. With this handle here for adjusting your gauge wheel. You can see the seed boot down here at the bottom that's also got adjustments to it, so as your blade wears you can raise that seed boot up, getting more life out of that. The seed embedment wheel that we see here, so as seed's coming down the tube and then coming into the furrow, we actually push that seed into the bottom of the furrow, embedding it, so it gives us a lot more rapid germination, a lot more uniform growth, and also uniform seed depth. And then another feature that we utilize back here in the rear for closing is an adjustable camber closing system. So depending on your soil conditions, you can actually adjust the camber of that wheel depending on the conditions that you're going into. One key feature I do want to discuss here briefly is the blade angle that we use. So all of the Avatar single disc openers use a compound angle of a 6 degree and then also a 3 degree overlay. And what this does is it gives us an already collapsing furrow as we're placing seed, being able to close a lot easier in some of those tougher no-till conditions. Some of the big things that customers tell us about the Avatar is the overall user friendliness of the machine, how accurate it is in the field to calibrate, and then also the versatility of the unit when it comes to being used in different farming operations. For more information on the Avatar SD40 along with the 60-foot versions we have of this concept and technology, please visit us at www.horsch.com. Hello, my name is Jeremy Hughes, a product manager here at Horsch, and today we're going to talk about the new Tiger MT that we've launched here over the past couple of years in North America. And the Tiger MT is a global solution that we use for combination primary tillage. There's several unique key features that we want to discuss about the 4-step system that the Tiger offers that quite differentiates it from other primary tillage concepts that are in the market. The first thing that I want to focus in on is the blade system that we have up front. We're using a 26-inch blade set on an 18-degree angle with a compound angle to that for coming in and doing initial residue sizing, for getting some fracture up top of the soil surface, then also getting some of that preliminary incorporation as we're starting the tillage process with the Tiger. This allows us to get some fine soil structure up top, and then also, as I said earlier, getting residue sized as we move back into the shank system of the machine. The Tiger MT utilizes our TerraGrip 3 shank system where we're using an 1,800-pound trip, and we're also spacing that out on an 18-inch spacing overall in the machine over 2 ranks. So having the tighter shank spacing allows us to achieve more thorough horizontal fracture, creating a nice working horizon during our primary tillage operations. One other unique feature at the bottom of the shank is the mulch mix system. So with the mulch mix system, we're using a 35-degree angle of engagement. So rather than ripping the soil and ripping down, we're actually going down to working depth and lifting and mixing that soil. So we have discussions today of getting residue to break down quicker, helping eliminate minerals stratification in the soil with fertility. This machine does an excellent job at not only breaking up compaction, but also creating a uniform tilth, helping to achieve good residue mixing for decomposition, and then also helping break some of that stratification of nutrients in the soil. We move back to the disc leveling system. So once we've sized residue, once we've done our mixing job down to our desired working depth, we're leveling that off to make sure that we've got a nice level surface. And then the whole process finishes as we move back to the tire packer system. So one of the unique features about the Tiger is, even though we're going down to depths of 12 to 14 inches, we're able to leave a nice smooth surface and more of a fine soil structure surface that allows very easy seedbed preparation come spring. For more information on the Tiger, please visit us at www.horsch.com.